The hum of cicadas filled the air. I vaguely remember a trope I heard growing up. In the end times, only the cockroaches will remain. People seldom mention the rats. The movement of the forest floor was constant as I lay atop its leaves, yet none of it was mine. Crackling and shifting, by the end of the first day, the flies began to swarm. By the start of the second, the rats took their lead. Day 2, it must be. 2 days since I had been able to lift my neck. Even if I had the physical strength to, I don't think I'd have the courage to look at my condition. Had they gone through my feet already? Surely they've moved on to my knees by now. I drifted in and out, intermittently between total silence and those revolting vermin. Perhaps it was my wheezing that kept them absent from my face, my gasps for breath, the involuntary act to keep me alive. I hoped to be dead long before they neared my eyes. The sky was ashen the last I opened them. How long ago was that? An itch consumed my abdomen by the end of the first night, but by the second, it had become much more than an itch. It was pulsating. How long does it take for flies to hatch? The sunset fell upon me as I felt myself drifting once more, an anemic mass of flesh who yearned for a release. Please let this be the last. But it wasn't death that embraced me. It was far worse. It was the familiar anguish of dreams. I dreamt of my mother. I dreamt of the terror in her eyes as the sky turned black. I dreamt of my father burying her, and then I dreamt of when I buried him. The restless buzz brought me back. The restless buzz was the final torment. If I still had fingers, I would plug my ears. If I still had hands, I would strike them away. I felt the sting of tiny claws at my temple. They weren't afraid anymore. The hum of cicadas filled the air.